things. Oops. That's a little preview, by the way, of what my new editing software is, but not necessarily what we're going to be talking about today. So I wanted to go ahead and get you guys. Let me see. Let me go to. So I want to talk about some CES stuff. I'm not just an Apple guy, even though that's mainly what I am. But I wanted to show you guys some stuff from Razer, what they launched in CES and things like that, so you guys can understand some cool new tech that they had put out. You guys can see here on their website some really cool things. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with some new ones. I think are these new? I don't remember if these. I don't know if these ones are new. Because I know they have some brand new models that literally just came out. So just making sure. Hold on. Some brand new models. Yes, here it is. So you guys can see here a really cool thing. This is the base. You can see the base model here versus the new Blade 15, which I wanted to go ahead and get into. So the new Blade 15 is a really cool laptop. Obviously, the 15 stands for 15-inch screen, competitor to the the MacBook Pro laptops. So this is pretty much exactly the direct competitor to it. This is a 15-inch model, so it sits in between the 14 and 16-inch model that they have, but it comes with a 12th gen in Intel Core i9. It's a 14 core system, so it is very powerful with up to a 3080 Ti laptop GPU, which is extremely high. If you guys didn't know, a 3080 Ti laptop version is lightning fast. And especially since it's the new GeForce RTX from Nvidia, it's going to be very close. It's probably going to be a little bit more than the new MacBooks with the M1 Max and M1 Pro chips for sure. And then the displays are really cool. So you have a full HD 360 hertz, which is just 1080, quad HD, which is like a 1440 panel with 240 hertz, or a 4K 144 hertz. I would take the 4K 144 hertz because games don't really go really above 120 too often, and you don't really need 360. I mean, unless if you're like, I guess you're a super gamer. Quad HD is kind of the good in between middle I like, but the 4K is what I would prefer, just because I don't do a whole lot of gaming. I know Razer is pretty much for gaming, but if I also want to do some editing as well, the 4K would definitely be something I look more further into. It only allows you to come with 1 terabyte, which is the only thing that kind of sucks. But the great thing is the RAM is DDR5. You can see there, but they give you two options: 16 or 32. So that's really good. Vapor chamber cooling, which and per key RGB along with an SD card slot reader, which is better than you can see the base model with just an advanced heat pipe and a single zone RGB and only a 16 gigabytes with DDR4 instead of DDR5. Uh, so you can see here it comes with an i7 or an i9, the graphics card and when it comes in and how it comes in. You can see exactly here how the vapor chamber works, how it looks on the screen, how immersive it actually plays in to it, and it details to you how fast DDR5 is compared to 4. And you can see here 2 millisecond response time compared to the 2021 base model of a FHD with only 144 hertz, 8 milliseconds. Then you could do quad LED, which this one is a really nice in between, I'd say, for sure. Also, this one also got G-Sync this year compared to the base model that didn't end up with it. And then the 4K Creator Edition, pretty much. This is pretty much a Creator Edition. This is the one that if you're editing or doing a lot of Photoshop, Illustrator, things like that, this is more of the one that you want to poke around in for because that 4 milliseconds response time isn't great compared to the two with FHD, and I believe QHD also has a 2 second millisecond response time. But this one has the IPS grade to 4K. It's very accurate. Still has 144 hertz refresh rate, so it's still really nice. And then you can see how the vapor chamber works through here. And it is great for heavy loads because it lowers the temperature with the cooling. And then you can see the Chroma RGB, a really cool side-by-side comparison. Whereas standard, and this is, you can change the RGB per the key. You can see here each key is in a different color. And then port selection. So this is really cool where you have a ton of ports. And this is something that Razer has always been known for, is big on ports. So you can see the SD card reader, Thunderbolt 4, USB Type A, HDMI, Kensington lock, also obviously where it put power from, another USB-C, gigabit, and 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. And you can see it on each side here. Whereas the base model, does the base model get all this? Oh yeah, it has the gigabit Ethernet, which this one doesn't have. That's the reason. But you can see the differences. I mean, I would still take the advanced model. It looks much better. And you have the spatial audio from THX, which is new. A lot of headphone jacks don't have that. Also, advanced controls, precise. Yeah, you guys can see that there. But the good thing is the webcam. The webcam is really nice. It's a full HD finally, so it's a lot easier for you to take on the go, doing meetings, FaceTime. I mean, not FaceTime calling, pretty much just doing meetings through Zoom, things like that. You can use your Razer laptop for it, and it's really nice to use for it. So that's it for the 15-inch. There is another one I wanted to go ahead and talk about here. Let me get with. Is it this one? I think it's the new 17. Yeah. So the Blade 17. Obviously, this is like a one that's going to really compete with the 16-inch. A little bit more heavier. I think this one isn't new though. I don't think this is like the brand new one. This is nope. It is okay. Yes. So this one is. I wanted to make sure it was, but this one I know isn't coming out for a little later. So this one is really cool. 17.3-inch display. It is huge, guys. If you've ever seen a 17-inch Razer, it is ginormous. And with the new 12th gens, you get either the i7 or the i9, up to you and which one you would like to decide upon. I would say i9 would probably be better. Now, this laptop is very interesting. I would say this one's great for creators as well. Also gaming too, because it's obviously a bigger screen. It's a little heavy to carry. That's the only thing I kind of don't like. So you can see the I/O ports here with the gigabit Ethernet power, the lock, the two USB A or three USB A's. I'm sorry, two USB C's, headphone jack, SD card reader, and HDMI port. You also see that it comes, I believe, with more RAM. I don't think it's letting us know which when it comes in. But you can see the FHD, QHD, and UHD options that are still enjoyed in the 15-inch. You can still enjoy in the 17-inch with up to 360 frames refresh rates. And it also gives you what I was talking about here with the I/O ports. The only extra port from the 15 to the 17 is just you get the gigabit Ethernet port on this one. Still the new THX, vapor cooling, aluminum body. So it's things pretty much stay the same compared to the other one. This one is more upgradable. I know that for a fact, but this one's more for like pros. I feel like this one's more heavily used. Let me see if it lets me. I don't know if it'll show it, but should. This is really cool. I wanted to go ahead and mention this. So you can get a outside source, and you can see this is like the fan. This is a desktop level RTX. This is a 2080 Ti. You can see that's in here. Obviously, you can get spec'd out higher than that, and you go through the USB-C. So if you need more graphic intensive work, or you just need something that's more power load, and you need the desktop version, but you only have a laptop, you could just buy this, plug it in, and it works as well. Not something I really recommend because I think these laptops are simply as powerful as they really should get. There's another one here too. Oh yes, here the new 14-inch model. So this one competes obviously with a 14-inch MacBook Pro. And the reason why I'm bringing up those models and not other in other models is just because this one is used for gaming and you can use this for other things as well. This one is Ryzen most powerful chips. So this is going to be the new 5000 series that they offer. 16 threads, 8 cores, 4.6 gigahertz. You can see everything else there. So the 14 inch is the only one that can get with Ryzen. The other ones are Intel based. Me personally, I would take a 14-inch model. I don't like big, huge laptops, so I'm not really interested in a 17-inch. 15-inch is pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of Intel. Their chips always overheat, so I'm not a big fan of that. I'd rather take something like an AMD chip. And you can see here the vapor cooling chambers, how this is a really cool look, exactly how it goes. So it's the cool air comes in, hot air exhausts to the pack. It's really nice. It's also pretty thin as well. Their smallest laptop as well, up to 12 hours of battery life. That's not great. And that's obviously depending on which model that you get as well. So you can only get two different models. You can't get a 4K monitor, or 4K version. You can only get the FHD, which is 144 hertz. I wouldn't go for that because clearly 165 is better hertz, and you get a QHD, which is a better display. It does come with FreeSync. It comes calibrated already. This one you do lose a USB-A port on this one, and use the SD card reader on this one. So this one's not as accessible like the other ones kind of are. Still really cool. You still have the Razer Chrome RGB where you can change lighting for every single keys. You can still use it still uses the precision mouse pad. Still a really nice laptop. I think they do other ones though too. Let me see their other stuff. I know they have more. Yeah, but that's mostly like the laptop size. Let me go to ROG. ROG has some really cool things as well. Let's go to Republic of Gaming from Asus and go to their nice website. So you guys can see here, there's just some new stuff they were been putting out. Let me see. I know they had a really cool one. Let's go to Zephyrus. This one have the new graphics. Yes, they do have the new ones here. Okay, so you can see that you can choose between an AMD Ryzen processor, and you could choose between Intel. So what I like about Republic of Gaming is they're a hardcore. They're very hardcore gaming computers. They are very much in the front of everything. They put pedal to the metal where Razer still they don't push it all the way because the name you're pretty much paying for the name constantly. Where ROG they pack it to the brim for these laptops, and they look fantastic. They also cost way more than Razer does too. So you really do have to gauge what your price range is and what you're willing to spend and what you would like out of that. Now, me personally, out of these new laptops, I can tell you right now, the one that I would choose wouldn't really be even close. But again, this is me talking, and it would be the ROG Zephyrus Duo 16, just because I love the ZenBook Duo already. So I would love the Zephyrus as well. I don't think they make a 4K model on the other one, so I wonder they should make a 4K version of this one too. But you can see the Duo here. I absolutely love this where the touchpad is on the side, just like how you'd have a mouse on the side, keyboard, and the dual screen layouts. Mm, mm. And you see superior visual occasion with the Nebula HDR display with mini LED or a dual spec panel with 4K and 2040 Hz. I don't know which one. I think you get either one though, if I'm actually not wrong. Let me see. Oh, I think it was showing I/O ports here. Yeah, so you can see some I/O ports here. We have the power with the DC in, USB-A, USB-C, mini SD card reader, so not full size. It only has the mini headphone jack. Kind of tells you how it works. That's really cool graphic. And you can see how it slides up from its deck up, which is really nice and useful because if you're going to be touching, you don't want to touch directly down. You'd rather touch a little bit up. And you can see how it turns into a number pad if you need it. I don't think that's necessary as much because you still have the function rows up top. And it clicks really nice. And I love the ROG lighting, RGB lighting. Ugh, sorry. And you can see how you can have like a Twitch stream set up, interact with people in the bottom. Also, look at the comment section, likes, any money that you're getting out of this while still playing your game. So that's really cool without needing a second monitor, second anything, because you have it right there. These are the things that you could get into it. So you can get up to a 3080 Ti laptop GPU, which is, I mean, obviously most people want that. The Mux switch, which is the gaming performance uplift. So when you switch it on, it ups your gaming abilities up to 4 terabytes in SSD. That's pretty crazy. I didn't even know that it even came up to that high. That's probably extremely expensive. I would not pay for that if I was anybody. I just wouldn't pay for that. It's just insane, especially when there's SSDs now. That's pretty fast as well. Does come up to the Ryzen 9 with the new 6000 series, and this one obviously the 69080HX processor, which is extremely fast. Actually rivals it does better than the Max. I know it has 115 watts that it uses, or 165 up to watts, so that's really high. So I'm sure that does insane performance. Also, by the way, this isn't only a gaming laptop. You could actually use this for productive stuff as well, like if you're editing videos, if you need to do intensive tasks like creations, 3D renderings, things like that. This is also very, very great for it. And you can see here the cool graphics, supercharged with the Mux switch, which is a really great thing to have. Lightning fast Gen 4 SSD. The DDR5 RAM is phenomenal with this. I'm glad all laptops nowadays are coming with this. And it's cool that you can pick which one you like, either the mini LED, which is with the QHD. You can see here 16 by 10 aspect ratio, which is my favorite one. I love the fact that it comes with Dolby Vision and it's an AMOLED screen. Now you can also pick a 4K screen as well, so you could decide which one you would like. I think I might take this one over the 4K. Not 100% though. You also get 1100 nits of peak brightness, which is another thing about laptops. They didn't have great brightness before. Now coming out with mini LEDs, obviously the brightness is ridiculous, which is really great. Or you get the 4K 240 hertz. Ooh. Okay, so I may end up getting that. Damn, it's kind of really nice. So you can kind of see there what it was like. That you have the 4K 120 or the FHD 240 hertz, 3 milliseconds response time, Dolby Vision, HDR, 8-bit color depth, adaptive sync, 500 nits of brightness. So not as much nits of brightness because obviously